Hello.
Hello, Herman.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Emma.
Yeah, I'm opening the document.
Okay.
Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Yes. Today we will look into expression language. So which is valid in JSP pages. So the expression language will talk about all the things which we discussed till now across JSPs, like request parameters, form data, scopes, request, session, application scope, implicit objects. So all these things. So
Okay.
in shortcut, we can do that.
Okay.
Yes, expression language is a simple language for accessing data stored in Java beans. So we could fill a form, maybe login form or registration form, capture the data from that HTML page in a servlet, and put the data inside a bean, right?
Right.
Right.
We were able to access that bean data by using get properties,
Yeah.
getter methods.
Mm-hmm.
Slowly, we have gone through use bean to do the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So this expression language is to perform those activities more simpler way.
Okay.
This was used with the JSP 2.0 version,
Mm-hmm.
and it can also be used to access the values from implicit objects like page, context, header, cookie, etc. also. Then expression language are always specified within curly braces and prefixed with a dollar sign. You can see here
Okay. Yeah.
dollar sign, then curly braces, and you can see here person dot name. It means person is the bean over there.
All right.
Okay.
And from that person bean, name property we are accessing. So
Oh.
person dot name. So actually what happens here is we get that bean from get attribute, right? Request
Right.
dot get attribute,
Yeah.
maybe request or session, whatever it is. Request dot get attribute, we get the bean over there. From that bean, we get bean, maybe user bean. So user dot get name we say, right?
Yeah.
So user dot get name, and we write that in expression, right?
Right.
Yes.
Angular brace. So I write here. So today's date is 2nd October. So obtain a bean. So how do we do that? Maybe request or session or whatever it is, wherever we have put from that get attribute, right? Get attribute. And here, whatever the bean name you have given, that right? And this will return an object, so I am going to construct a user, right?
Yeah.
So this is what we do, right? We get a bean.
Yes.
From that, we write an expression in JSP page
Yeah.
equals to user dot get
name.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
So this step is avoided. Directly you can do this using expression language. So this thing you can do how? So bean name is user, right?
Yeah.
Dot name, that's it. And dollar sign there. Dollar.
All right.
Becomes simple, right? You don't need to do this. Just you write like this.
Yeah, it is simple.
That's it. Here they are talking about. Okay.
All right.
And you can see advantages of expression language. Concise access of stored objects. Easy to access the attributes stored in session, request, or application scope. Example, you can see, so accessing attributes. So dollar of name will do what it does is, so it searches for the name attribute in various scopes. So these are the scopes, right? Session, request, application scope, right?
Yeah.
So it looks for such a name attribute in page context, then HTTP select request. Page context is a current page.
Yeah.
Then HTTP select request, HTTP session, and select context in this order. And please do remember the order over there. Whenever you find dollar of attribute name,
Yeah.
over there, the web container will start searching for such attribute across various scopes. First, it looks in the page scope, then request, then session, then context, application. For this name attribute, that is nothing but in JSP with expression language. If you, with scriptlets, you write angular brace % equals to page context dot find attribute. You give the name here. So this also does the same, which we may be familiar with this kind of syntax, right? Angular brace % equals to, right?
Yes.
So this lengthy statement can be done with a short here. Got it?
Oh.
And please do remember the sequence of search here, the various scopes. Current page, then request, then session, then context. Context
Yes.
nothing but application. Okay.
Okay.
Shorthand notation for bean properties. Easy to access bean properties. So to print the bean property phone number of a user bean, we will be doing like this: user.phone number, $. Instead of user.get phone number. Got it?
Got it.
And simple access to collection elements. So to access an element of an array or list or map, we'll be using, you can see $of variable, that is reference variable for that list, map or array. Then index or key. Like this you can see my list of 0th position element can be accessed from the collection like this. Got it? So you can see here simple access here, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Then advantages of expression language continued here. Easy access to request parameters, cookies, and other request data also. So to access the standard types of request data, you can use one of the several predefined implicit objects. So that is what I have shown you So param we will be seeing. For this we will be seeing examples maybe in our upcoming slides. Okay, parameters, right? Parameters. I have shown you attributes here. Attributes. Likewise, we can access parameters also. Maybe we will be seeing in our upcoming slides.
Okay.
Then conditional output. So to choose among output options, we do not have the sort of Java coding elements. Instead, you can use. So here you can see the ternary operator similar to. So test Boolean test. If it is true, do this option 1, not option 2. Okay.
Yeah.
You can see dollar off.
Yeah.
Next. So expression language also has some implicit objects. Those implicit objects are page context. So the page context object refers to the page context of the current page. Okay.
Yeah.
Param. To access a single value request parameter. Param we say. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So param dot request parameters. How do we say? Suppose there is a first name. So request dot get parameter first name we say, right?
Right.
Here we say param dot first name, dollar of course. Okay.
All right.
Param values contain the array of parameter values. Okay.
Okay.
So contains the header values as a map key value pairs. Then header values, only values. Okay. Then cookie returns the incoming cookie as a map key value pairs. Cookie itself is a key value pair, right?
Right.
So we get a map of that cookie. Then init param. So for easy access of initialization parameters as a map key value pairs. Init parameters are declared in WebXML, right?
Right.
So page scope. So here you can see contains the page scope values as a key value pair. Request scope, session scope, application scope. Similar way. You can see here we have page scope spelling, request scope, session scope, application scope like this. SCOP scope is added here. Whereas with implicit objects in JSP, we have just a request, session, application, exception, out, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So you can remember these implicit objects that are valid in expression language.
Okay.
So what is a period or dot operator which we have seen? To access implicit objects attribute. So you can see here there is an attribute message in session scope assume. Then dollar of session scope dot message we say.
Okay.
That is nothing but a session dot get attribute of message in that expression angular base, right?
All right.
To access bean properties, assume there is a bean named person and there is a property name. Then you can see here dollar of person name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And consider the map named country. Have the key named India IND. The value can be like this. So country is the map variable name. I mean to say map object. Country.ind. IND being the key.
The value.
It gives the value associated with the map that is key in the IND. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have rectangular base operator also. This operator can be used instead of dot operator. So this is the replacement for the dot operator. Okay. Look here. Same example. To access bean properties, person dot name asset. Instead you can give person of in rectangular basis. Name the property. Okay.
Okay.
It is similar to this. Likewise, map country of IND, which is similar to this dollar of.
Yeah.
And here access the elements present in an array, fruits of 1, index being that. Okay, 1.
Yeah.
Then expression language also supports arithmetic operations. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Division either you can mention with a symbol or div.
Okay.
Reminder, either percent or modulo mod.
Mm. Okay.
Logical operators are also valid.
Okay.
Either you can use and or double ampersand or two pipe symbols or ORR, not exclamatory mark or NOT not.
Not, yeah.
Relational operators, you can see equals. Here we represent it with double equals or EQ. Okay, not equals NE or exclamatory mark equals to less than symbol or LT it is. Likewise greater than. Likewise greater than equals to, here GE it is. Greater than or equals to GE. Correct it? GE it is.
Okay. GE.
Greater than
Okay.
equals to LE it is.
All right.
Mm.
So how to read request parameter values? You can see here. Param. Param is the keyword, right? We have seen. Param
Yes.
is the implicit object in expression language, right?
Right.
So that param dot username or param of angular rectangular base username. Okay, both are valid. Then if a single request parameter name contains array of values, then param values.
Okay.
Param values. So hobbies is the parameter name. Hobbies of 0. I mean to say one value you get, because 0 it is 0th position, right? So this is generally used with you can see if a single request parameter name contains array of values. Example in case of checkboxes. So the user is selecting checkboxes. So he is going to select the checkboxes like the courses which he has gone through. Core Java, Advanced Java, Servlets, JSPs, Oracle. So he's going to give checkboxes, right? So all those are values. Values come in a collection, right?
Okay.
One request parameter, what? Course. Course is the request parameter, right?
Right.
Okay.
So here you can see parameter values of hobby is 0. So their hobbies is a parameter they are saying. I told you about course, right?
Right.
Okay. So how to read attributes? So attributes we have already seen. Consider a scenario in which you need to access the attribute with a name, username, stored in some scope, maybe page scope, session, request, whatever it is. You will be just giving dollar of attribute name.
Okay.
And we have already seen the sequencer, how it searches for current page, request, session, then application.
Yes.
Suppose if we want to get an attribute with the name in a specific scope, then session assume session scope dot name. Okay, this is a search kind of thing. The first one. This is particularly from the scope I need. Okay.
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 And to read the property named first name from the bin, of course, customer dot first name dollar of. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how to access collection objects? So consider attribute name is scope variable referring to an array or a list or a map or an entry in the collection. We can get it attribute name of entry name. So assume a string array customer names, then dollar of customer names of 0, which gives the first element in the array, right?
Yeah.
Right. If customer names is a list, then customer names of 0 will give the first element if it is a list or whatever the collection it is, maybe an array, collection. Then state capitals is a map. Then you can see state capitals of you are going to pass the key over there, and it gives the value. Right. So accessing implicit objects using expression language, all in a nutshell are explained here. All those things which we have gone through in our previous slides.
Mm-hmm.
So don't look at the right side. Don't look at the right side. Just look at only the left side.
Okay.
So the first one. So from parameter name request dot get parameter name value we get, right.
Yeah.
Likewise, this or this rectangular base or dot operator.
Dot operator.
Likewise, parameter values you can get. So the name of 0 would give the first value.
Yes.
Yeah.
Likewise, header dot location. So the value of the header over there. Then page context dot request dot method. So which gives the method that is request get request or post request method. Okay.
Okay.
Then request scope dot person dot name. So from request scope, this person being, then from person being name property. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Got
Got
it.
it.
Then init param dot name. So init parameters we are trying to access, which are key value pairs, right?
Right.
So if you want to deactivate this expression language in all the JSPs, you can do that by using the page directive. You can see here angular brace at the rate page is EL ignored. Yes, EL has to be ignored. Give the value true. Then expression language, whatever you are using in your JSPs will not be validated. It would be ignored by the JSP container.
Okay.
Let us say JSP engine. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
This is also important. They may ask you, how do you ignore, how do you deactivate the expression language that is present in my JSP?
Yes.
So this is the tag.
Okay.
So EL should be used for accessing and presenting data from the implicit objects. Look there is a recommendation as well as restriction.
Yeah.
Expression language purpose is to access the data and present the data that is present in implicit objects.
Okay.
Request parameters also. Don't use expression language operators and conditions for performing business logic. Got it?
Got it.
Oh.
Which should be strictly done in business components. So business logic should be done in business layer, service layer, which we have seen in our MVC layer, MVC architecture, right?
Right.
Right.
So business components are nothing but Java classes, where we are going to stuff business logic into it. And we invoke that business logic using method names.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, that's about expression language. And I suggest you to use these slides, and wherever we have seen request.get parameter, session attribute, can you replace that and use this expression language in your JSP? I think everything we have seen with manually hard-coded values. Instead, now you use these things. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Yes. You can.
Make a try. If you find any, I mean, you work out on at least one example, which we have already executed by using request.get parameters or session.get attribute or whatever kind of thing manually. Over there,
Yeah.
you use this expression language kind of thing.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
fine. I am opening the other document. Yes. Now we are getting into JSTL, that is Java Server Pages Standard Tag Library. So this JSTL is actually not used for project development as of now. But previous to the frameworks like Struts, Spring, Hibernate, all these frameworks, prior to that, when only servlets and JSPs were there, during those days, these JSTL were used. As of now, there are frameworks which has inbuilt tag libraries, so we are not depending upon this JSTL tag library. But still, we will refer to this JSTL for our knowledge purpose.
Okay.
So that tomorrow, in maybe in Struts framework or somewhere else, if you see tag library, tags, it should not be very new to you then.
Okay.
You should understand that these were things already present with JSPs, but when compared to JSPs, there are a lot of advantages using framework tags, and framework tags are sophisticated. So things become easy to digest with the tags that are present in the frameworks.
Okay.
So Java, that is JSTL we say. So JSTL stands for Java Server Pages Tag Library. Is a collection of useful JSP tags which encapsulates some useful functionality that is widely used in many JSP applications, maybe JSP pages. So JSTL has some common functionalities implemented, such as iterating via collection, conditional statements, tags for manipulating XML documents, internationalization tags, SQL tags. So these are the tags that are bundled in this JSTL library. Okay.
Okay.
So types of JSTL tags that are available. So they are core tag libraries, formatting tags, SQL tags, XML tags, and JSTL inbuilt functions. So core tags are used to generally perform core business logic. Formatting, the name itself says to format the document. SQL tags are used to write SQL queries. XML, which talks about XML tags, and JSTL inbuilt functions. We will see one by one. So here, when you want to use these tag libraries, you need to have an URI. So this is the URI.
Okay.
So here you can see, for every tag library, we have its own unique URI, Universal Resource Identifier. So for core tag library, http://java.sun.com JSP it is /JSTL/core. This is the URI, okay?
Yeah.
And to use the core tag libraries, you need to prefix with a small letter C.
Okay.
Likewise, for XML processing, this is the URI and X being the prefix. So for every tag library, there will be an URI as well as prefix. For formatting, FMT. Database access, SQL. Functions, FN. Being the prefixes. Okay.
All right.
Core tag libraries we are exploring now. So core tags specify several actions such as displaying the contents based on condition, or manipulating a collection, and managing the URL such as redirecting to different pages. So these are the things that are seen with core tag library bundle. Okay.
Okay.
It is used to do more common actions in easier and effective way, whereby minimizing the use of scriptlets, Java coding scriptlets.
Okay.
Okay. These core tag libraries will use the prefix
C.
So JSTL core, you can see here C:out. C is the prefix, which is says core tag library, and OUT out is a keyword. You will see here. Why is it used? C colon out tag displays the result of an expression. Generally, we give an angular brace % equals to side right expression.
Yes.
Yeah.
Instead, you can use this.
Okay.
That is what you can see, similar to the JSP expression tag. So the difference is C colon out tag makes easy access of bean properties using a dot over there. So here you can see, for example, to access the property customer address, customer is the bean and address is the property assume.
Yeah.
We can use C colon out is the keyword C colon out. Then value. So C colon out is a tag. C colon out beginning as well as C colon out closing. You can see implicit closing here.
Yeah.
Value is from customer dot address. So that gets displayed in the JSP page. Got it?
Got it.
Right.
And in this whole tag C colon out value, we call it as attribute. Attribute name, attribute value. Okay.
Okay.
Here you can see attribute. So attribute value is nothing but information to output. And this is the mandatory. So required, you can see. Required means mandatory attribute with C out. Whenever you are using C out, definitely you have to use this value attribute. Required means mandatory. Okay.
All right.
So
Okay.
by default, the value would be none. Nothing. Okay. So default attribute you have. It can be used. So this attribute, if value is null. If value is null, then we can use default over there. Then it is an optional attribute. And escape XML, if it is set to true. So this is attribute here. C colon out, there may be escape XML equals to true or false. Able to follow?
Yeah.
Yes.
So if it is set to true, then it ignores the escape sequences in the result of the expression and prints as it is. And it is also an optional, and the default value would be true here.
Okay.
So JSTL core C colon if, nothing but if condition. So you can see here you can see directory syntax.
Yeah.
C colon if is the tag. It opens and closes somewhere here. Okay. Test equals to. So here test is the attribute name. That is, you can assume it as keyword attribute name over there, which is inbuilt. Okay. You can see here dollar of salary. Salary would be displayed if it is greater than 2000.
Oh.
You can see. So here you can see C colon if beginning, C colon if closing. This message would be displayed only if the salary is greater than 2000. Got it?
Got it.
Yeah.
This message. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So here you can see they are talking about these attributes. Test is the attribute, and it is the condition to evaluate, and it is the mandatory attribute, and VAR var. So if you want, you can use these also attributes that are valid with a C colon if var, name of the variable to store the condition result, and scope of the variable to store the condition result. So these are the other attributes that can be used along with C colon if. Here they use one attribute test. Got it? This test.
Got it.
Likewise, there may be variable and scope other attributes for this. Okay.
Okay.
C colon for each. So for each loop. So for each loop is used for looping, and it lets us to iterate through collection of objects. You can see consider a scoped attribute country names is an array list, country names.
Okay.
And with the country names are string objects.
Okay.
You can see request dot set attribute country names, and we are setting the list over there. Okay. Country names list.
Yeah.
And here country names is the attribute name, right? Attribute name.
Yeah.
And by using for each loop, you can see C colon for each begin, C colon for each close here.
Okay.
So items is the attribute name with the tag. Okay.
Okay.
Equals to dollar of country names being the attribute name, right?
Yeah.
Set attribute.
Uh,
I mean, this attribute name we are giving and variable being the item. I mean to say the country here.
Yeah.
Okay. And here the items that are present in this are dollar of item. You can see dollar of this item.
Yeah.
So this will loop against this countries list and display all the countries over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for each attributes, they are listing the country. What is that? Attributes. So attributes. Are you comfortable with these attributes and this attribute name, or are you confused with that? This attribute items is like if we write HTML
Okay.
tags. I'll show you because it may create a confusion. We call it as attribute over there. I'll show you.
Okay.
With input type tag,
Yes.
input type, name, value, and type are the attributes. Got it?
Yeah. Got it.
So every attribute has a value over there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is HTML tag, input tags, attributes. Got it?
Got it.
And whereas here, so this is the request.set attribute key, that is attribute name. And here I am talking with talking similar to HTML tags. Assume C colon for each is a HTML tag. Assume. Their items is being the attribute name over there, like input type, name, value being the attribute names.
Yes.
Now, is that clear?
Yes, it is clear.
The term attribute, we refer to this attribute as well as this request session also attribute. So don't get confused over there. Then, yes. So items. These are the attributes, various attributes that are valid with for each tag. So items may be an array or a collection to loop over. And this is not a mandatory attribute. So all the attributes are not mandatory. You can see here, okay?
Yeah.
Then begin. So element to start looping with 0 being the first item, 1 being the second item. So suppose my collection contains 20 elements. I can begin from 5th element also by using begin. Okay. Begin equals to some value. Okay. By default it will be 0. Okay.
Okay.
End. I don't want to go till the end of the collection 20 elements. I would like to navigate between only 5 and 12 elements. I think you end over there. Okay.
Okay.
By default the last element it goes to run to. Okay.
Yeah.
Step. Incrementation. Generally the incrementation is by 1. If I want to increment it by 2, 3, multiple, you can mention that. Okay. Variable. So the variable name which the elements of array can be accessed. Okay. That is the variable name. Then variable status. This gives the current loop index being iterated. So loop index, maybe 5th, 6th, 7th iteration loop index. Okay.
Okay.
So likewise for tokens. So for tokens is used for tokenizing strings using a specific delimiter. Maybe long ago we have used a string tokenizer. Do you remember in core Java?
Yeah.
So here there is an attribute named string data assume which contains a comma b comma c as the value. Okay. If you want to print each value in a separate line, this a, b, c, then you can use for tokens.
Yeah.
So C colon for tokens, items is the attribute name, dollar of this string data. And variable equals to item. Okay. Then delimiter is comma. You can see comma. Delimiter. Then the item is dollar of item. dollar of this whatever you give this.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it displays item is A, B, C. Got it?
Got it.
Great.
So the for tokens is clearly explained with all the attributes here.
Okay.
Items. So strings which needs to be tokenized and looped over.
Okay.
Then it's all the tags, all the attributes are optional. No, you can see required.
Delimit.
Then if you want, you can begin from somewhere in mid of the string. Got it? By default, the value would be 0. It means it starts from the beginning. End. If you want, you can stop somewhere in mid also. Suppose there is A, B, C, D, like this, it is still Z. You can begin from P to T, P, T, like this. Okay?
Okay.
And the default, the end element would be last one. In steps of 1 or 2, you can mention it. It's of your choice. By default, it would be 1. And
Yes.
of course, variable. So variable which contains the value to be tokenized. And variable status gives the current loop index. And delimiter, we are going to mention the delimiter, comma, dot, whatever it is.
Okay.
Got it?
Got it.
Choose token. Not token, it is choose tag. C colon choose is a conditional statement. You can mention here that is similar to Java switch case. Okay.
Okay.
C colon when is used to use in place of case. So we have switch expression, right? Switch case. Switch expression, then case, value 1, value 2, value 3, value n, so on, right?
Yeah.
That case is nothing but C colon when.
Okay.
And default we have with the switch case. That is nothing but C colon otherwise.
Oh, okay.
Got it?
Got it.
So C colon choose, you can see there is an example given. C colon choose, here begin, C colon choose close, okay? And C colon when has an attribute test. So when the number equals to 3, print this number of 3. Number is C colon when open, C colon when close.
Yeah.
Then C colon when test number equals to 3, sorry, it is 5 here actually. 5.
Yeah.
Then it should display number is 5, okay? Otherwise, number is not 3 or 5. Otherwise begins, otherwise close.
Okay.
Yes. So C colon set. So set used to set the property of a bean or a map or similar to JSP colon set property. We have already gone through this action tag, right? JSP colon set property. Action tag.
Yes.
So it can also set a parameter with a value. This one. And value can be set either in the body or using the value attribute. So you can see here setting a parameter C colon set variable equals to username and scope in session scope value is rows. Username is rows. Got it?
Okay.
So the above tag will set the username in session scope with a value rows.
Yeah.
And this setting will be happening only, you can see here, this will be created only if the attribute is not present in the scope mentioned. I mean to say the username attribute in session scope. Okay?
Yeah.
Then setting a bean property, C colon set target, we have keyword, that is attribute name. Dollar of user bean. User bean being the reference variable for the bean. Property, what property? Username. And value, you can see rows I am mentioning. Got it?
Got it.
So in user bean, username is the property and I am giving a value rows for that. Okay?
Okay.
Rules for using the set. So var attribute should be a string literal. So here we don't have that. This one. Got
Okay.
it? Should be a string literal.
Okay.
Then both var and target attribute cannot be specified in the same tag. You can see here target and var. So var is somewhere, var and target should be in two different sets. Okay.
Okay.
While using target attribute, it is mandatory that the target exists. So here target, so username property should exist, and as well as the bean also should exist. Okay.
Okay.
If the value evaluates to null, then the attribute named var will not be set. This value. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If it is null, then this variable will not set the value. Okay.
Yeah.
Likewise, C:remove. It is used to remove an attribute. So remove an attribute that is set in a specified scope. Contains only two attributes, where var and scope. In which scope?
Yeah.
So remove what username attribute from what scope? Mention the scope here.
Okay.
And this is similar to request.remove attribute.
Yeah.
You can see scope is request, so request dot remove attribute and this attribute name. Got it?
Got it.
Yeah.
C:import. So you can see it is used to include resources to a page, and those page can be a JSP page or a servlet or XML file. Almost similar to JSP include, which we have already seen. Okay.
Yes.
The difference between C:import and JSP:include is C:import can also import resources residing outside the container. Got it?
Got it.
C:import variable some name and URL. You can see www.xyz.com details. That is from a different XML application, from a different web application also you can do. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So URL, it's the mandatory attribute which specifies the resource location. Where it's an optional attribute used to store the resource text string. Then scope of the variable may be page, application, request or request session. Then context of the application where the resource resides.
Okay.
Fine. EqualRedirect. So we have already discussed that these JSTL are used to perform navigation across loops, as well as redirection also we can do. That's what we are talking about, redirection. We do it using response.send redirect, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Here the similar JSTL tag is, you can see here, it is used to redirect to URL based on some conditions. C:when test is this one, user type not equals to legal. Got it? There may be some user type. If it is not equals to legal, then redirect.
Yeah.
To so and so resource.
Yes.
C:catch. So catch tag catches any exceptions that occur in the body. You can see C:catch variable is the attribute, catch exception. You can see int x equals to 5/0, arithmetic exception thrown, right?
Right.
5/0. So catch, you can see catch begin, catch close.
Okay.
Likewise, if test equals to catch exception is not equals to null, then the exception is whatever the exception caught. We are displaying this exception, okay?
Oh.
How we are
Okay.
displaying catch exception dot message. We do it in try catch blocks. In catch block, exception e dot get message will do, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Catch exception dot message. Okay.
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 So it will display arithmetic exception because
Okay.
5 by 0 leads to arithmetic exception, right?
Right.
Right. So those are the core tag libraries. We will try to perform an example so that you can understand how they are used, because there is some new thing like URI, how to import all those things.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here you can see JSTL tag libraries, core tags, SQL, all these things. So for creating JSTL application, you need to load JSTL.jar file. You
Okay.
have to download this. So syntax, okay. Example of C catch. So here, okay, we will perform this example, simple example. There is an index page with first name, last name, okay? Form
Okay.
action, and from here, when you click on submit button, it goes to process JSP.
JSP.
In
Yeah.
process JSP, we are using core tag libraries to display the parameter name and parameter value. I mean to say first name, last name. Got it?
Got it.
You can see C colon out. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I'll do this. So I need to download JSTL jar file. So you can download it from Java 2S file. So JSTL jar file. Scroll down. Download this. Save this. And save it. Open folder. JSTL jar, this one. Unzip it. I need this one. Okay. Copy this. Create a project. Dynamic web project. JSTL demo. 2.5 modules. Next. Finish. Expand this. Web content. Expand web by NF lib. Right, absolutely lib. Paste. And in web content, let me make use of a login demo login page. This one, okay?
Yes.
Copy. In our web content, I am pasting.
Yeah.
Let me open this and close all this. So I have first name, last name, and here I say
access.
Some display JSP.
Okay.
So I will create the display JSP. So I need here a display JSP. Display JSP. Finish. So index, okay. Then in this, I need to add this tag lib URI, okay.
Yeah.
So this is my index. Sorry, what is display JSP? Display page.
Yeah.
And here, so I am going to add that tag lib. So it is percent at the rate. This is nothing but directive, right? Percent
Yeah.
Percent. Number.
at the rate tag lib, okay?
Yeah.
Tag lib. And here you can see URI, it is URI equals to, I need to give some value over there. This value I'll copy from this. Done. Then I say
Prefix.
prefix. This C.
You didn't configure.
So yes, cannot find. I deliberately did not configure to show you the error. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We cannot find tag library descriptor TLD. Tag library descriptor. Okay.
Yeah.
For HTTP colon this. So I need to configure that. I am doing that right now. On my project, build path. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Libraries. Add jars because it is present in my library. JSTL demo.
Yeah.
Web content. Web by NF. Expand. JSTL. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
This has to get removed now. Yes. Cannot find. I've already done. Still it says I just added from web by NF leave yes string and let me clean the project. And let me cut this, write it again. Because I have added the jar file and the error should not be displayed now.
Yeah.
Tag lib URI
Okay.
prefix C. And here I will use this tag lib. Again I'll make a copy paste. Here I have it. Still it shows. Okay, I copy this error message and try to Google out.
Okay.
So JSTL jar has to be included in the library. Yes, of course we have done. Okay, I'll try with the suggestion because we have already added JSTL jar. Are you able to read this?
Yeah.
Yes.
We have already added this JSTL jar, and they are saying try with mentioning prefix beginning, then this URI. I'll make a try with this first.
Okay.
Okay.
Prefix beginning. No use. Let me close it. Yes, no use. Now I
No.
go. I'll perform this suggestion. That
Yeah.
is, right click on the project, properties, target runtimes, and select the server. Okay. Right click on properties, properties, and project.
Tag.
So let me type here then. I don't see project here. Or else runtime. Yes. Targeted runtimes. And of course, I already have Apache Tomcat 7.
Yeah.
I saved it. No. I am trying to clean the project. Still the same error message. Let's read some other threads that may help us. Mohammed, no. Okay. So tag lib directly, I mean without any space. So that is also valid actually, without any space. Yes, I have another session. I'm getting a call. Let me answer. If the guys are waiting, we shall continue some other time. Just hold on, I'll let you know.
All right.
Okay.
హలో గుడ్ మార్నింగ్. జాయిన్ అవుతాను. ప్రవీణ్ వచ్చేసాడా? ఒక్క 5 minutes అండి, నేను జాయిన్ అయిపోతాను. వేరే సెషన్లో ఉన్నాను, అది లాగౌట్ అయ్యి వచ్చేస్తాను. ఆల్ రైట్. Yes, the students are waiting.
Okay.
I'll continue with them and probably with you. We shall meet tomorrow morning. Today I am engaged with some works at home.
Okay.
So we shall meet tomorrow, and tomorrow we shall sort out this.
No problem.
Okay.
Fine then. All right. I'll email you the slides which we have gone through. You can refer to them, and tomorrow we'll finish a sample on it. Okay.
All right.
Excuse me a moment.
Yes.
Yeah. About those questions for interviews, you didn't send the document again.
Actually, I sent to them. I don't know whether it is a size of 8 MB. I'll check with them.
Okay. Okay. Thank
Fine
you.
then.
Bye.
Welcome. Okay. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Yes. Any queries?
No, I was saying bye.
Okay. I'm sorry. All right then. Bye. See you.
Okay. See you.